Right now, today marks the 1-year anniversary of the Lower North Fork fire. This fire, you no doubt remember, burned more than 4,000 acres, destroyed 27 homes, and killed 3 people. The governor has admitted the state was at fault for letting a prescribed burn get out of control during one of the driest months this state has ever seen. But despite that admission, an agreement to compensate homeowners, victims have yet to see a penny of state money. So what is next for the survivors of this wildfire? We're answering your questions this morning. Representative Sherry Giroux here this morning with some insight for us. So first of all, thank you so much, Representative, for being here. I just want to get the basic question out of the way. Why have these victims not been compensated?
Well, I don't know the answer to that. I know that I want them to be compensated. It has to do with the Attorney General's approach to the cases and what they're trying to do as far as, in my mind, they're just not attending to the laws that were passed last spring. There were 2 laws that were passed. The first one allowed the victims to have a voice, and during that process, the victims didn't have a voice. I was a member of that commission, and questions were not answered. The victims were not allowed to ask questions. The investigation didn't happen the way the legislation was supposed to allow it to happen. They say it was a matter of money, but you can ask a question and answer a question and not cost any money.
Right. Now, given that the governor and the legislature have both basically taken responsibility for this and said, look, it was our fault, it was a prescribed burn that shouldn't have happened and it got out of control. Why do you think there is a reluctance on the part of the Attorney General to admit blame when essentially everyone else has? Well,
the best I can see is that it's probably a matter of the fact that if the state admits blame, which the governor has and the legislature has, the Attorney General is concerned that the insurance company will seek compensation for the claims that they've paid out.
Right.
Now, you get to a point in life where you just have to do the right thing, and we're not doing the right thing.
For these families that lost so much. Let's talk about this Lower North Fork Wildfire Commission, because you were on that commission. What recommendations did you make?
Well, the 4 bills that came forward from that, one was to create a permanent committee on wildfire issues, which I didn't support because I felt the commission was a failure and I didn't have any confidence that that next committee could be successful. Then there was a bill that went forward for controlled burn, the format by which the state entities conduct a controlled burn, and I did support that. In fact, I was one of the sponsors. There was a bill that I also sponsored for financial incentives for wildfire mitigation. In other words, you can get a tax credit for the amount of mitigation that you do up to a certain point. And that's actually a continuation of current law.
And I know we've got to wrap this up just very briefly. Do you feel like headed into this wildfire season, we are better off as a state?
No, we're not. We're in a terrible drought. We're in a terrible drought. The good thing is the governor's proposed and the legislature in the Long bill is proposing that we take 1% more of our reserve and put it aside. We spent $48 million last year fighting wildfires. We could double that this year. So I think we're more prepared financially, but emotionally, I think these people I feel so badly for the victims of Lower North Fork. They've lost all faith in state government.
Representative, thank you for coming in. We appreciate it. We appreciate you talking to us about this huge issue today. Nick?
All right, Mel.